Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're back.
Live from Larson, Wisconsin.
This is the Stitch Brothers. Thank you for joining us. Let's wait a minute so some people can jump on here.
All right. We got a couple people. Frank. I see Frank.
Yeah, let's do some shout outs in the chat.
Yeah. So,
Good morning, Pam.
Yeah.
What do we got? Morning, Deb. James. James, did you get that frame set up? Frank joining in as always. We love to see that.
Yeah. Our regulars.
Oh, he's back in Canada. Frank, I feel like you're traveling all the time. I see you're here and there. Hi, Vicky.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Let's wait for some people to jump on here. But as always, we want this to be interactive.
Yep. Ask questions, leave comments.
And I think, too, like what Barb had said to me before we joined is we want to kind of put some questions to the audience.
Yeah.
We feel like it might be time to incorporate some new segments potentially.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we always want to encourage everyone to don't be shy. Go ahead and ask us any questions, any comments, anything.
Almost anything.
Almost anything. I forgot.
Yeah.
Especially we have Barb here.
Yeah.
So as
I can get a little wild,
as viewers.
Yeah.
So Linda, she's noticing the quilt on the wall already. The pattern is called a Revel. And this one is really special. One of our favorite customers, Nancy. We'll talk about that. We got some quilts to show off. Yep. We got some quilt spotlights. We want to try to do a better job at showing some more stuff. So that's one thing we want to do.
Yeah. And currently Jake is downstairs fixing a Q20, 24. Yeah. So I don't know if he's going to get done in time to join us, but he was
finishing up. We had a lady who was doing some custom stuff and ran over a ruler. It happens. It happens. But that's something that will definitely, I think he had to make a needle bar adjustment and maybe do a retiming.
Yeah, so
it can happen.
Significant, but fixable.
Hi, Sandra.
Fixable.
Hi, Trudy.
Yeah.
Linda, Revel. Yeah, it's beautiful quilt. It reminds me of that swoon quilt. I don't know if it's the same designer. I wonder if it is. Like when I saw it, that's a quilt pattern from I don't know, a decade ago.
I don't know. It's been a while, but
I know that my mom did it in different colors. I don't think it's our pattern though. I think that was somebody else's pattern.
Because there's an EPP version of that, of swoon. My sister has it. I don't.
Yeah. Does anybody in the chat know if swoon is made by the same people who made this one? I just feel like that's the case. Yeah.
And we're live, so we don't Google while we're live.
Yeah. Right. We want it to be interactive.
Yeah. So
it's swoonish. I like that.
There you go.
It is swoonish.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Barb. Well, we got some people on here. Again, people in the chat, now that we got some people, ask us questions, okay? Mm-hmm. We want it to be interactive. Yeah. You have announcements?
I have just a few.
Okay.
Just a few. And Kaylee is queuing them up. So I think the next one is October 24th, right? Which is 2 days from now.
Look at this.
Yeah, I know. We have Embroidery 102. And I have said this a couple times before. If you are not sure about starting embroidery and you missed the 101, I have 5 people registered right now for this, and I have a helper. So if you are at all interested in starting embroidery, we can help you out this Thursday, and we will be doing 102 project, but we can show you some of the things that we went over in 101. So we have room for you, and it'd be fun to have you. So I know there's a lot of people who want to get into embroidery, and that would be a great way to start. I think we will be doing repeats of this next year, but for the end of the year, I think we're done with embroidery classes.
Sign up,
so to speak.
Do it.
Yeah.
Support us. And a lot of people, like I said a bunch of times before, people say they want classes, and then we hold them, and then they don't fill.
Yeah.
So please, if you're local, and I know a lot of you because I sell you the machines, so I know you got them.
We know you got those
I
embroidery
know you
modules.
I know you want to learn more.
Yeah.
Sign up for the class.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Sign
right.
up for the class.
So that's Thursday. Then the next one is our co-classes for next year. Well, okay. You want to do this
The other
one?
one's first.
Oh,
This one? Okay. Yes.
The long-awaited.
Bernina BO8 Fast and
Woo!
Furious 9-patch. Excuse us with we've just proofed this and threw it up there, and then corrections are being made. So I'm gonna go a little bit off of what's up there, but it is November 18th. It is 10 to 4. It is at the gathering. We will be doing work with our new BO8s. I have been trying furiously to that's bad to get some things done, but
You get the sample done?
Well, kinda.
Oh
Well,
gosh.
kinda. So Heidi has it over by her. We will be doing 9 patches, Fast and Furious 9 patches. You need to bring a starched charm pack, and if you want to make matte like is on the flyer,
Let's see what
you
got
need to
here.
bring a
Oh,
bit
look
more
at
fabric.
this.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah, stack of these things. Yep.
Look at this. Fast and Furious 9-patch. Let's see what you got here. Oh, you even quilted it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Woo!
I used my walking foot. I quilted it. Yep. So we want to try and use some of the different feet, get you used to using those. If you don't have a walking foot, I have mine. We have a couple. So, if you want to try this, you're welcome to try this. And then maybe you'll want to buy one of those walking foot feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I did a little bit of Valdani on there. I did a little bit of everything. Okay.
So how long does it take you to make one of these, Barb?
Minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
This class, how many people are going to be able to be in this one?
15.
15.
Yeah, I said 15 for this one because I know that there's a lot of people who have these little machines and a bunch of local people. And I've heard people say, well, I want to know more about it. So this is your opportunity. And then we're going to move on to thick.
Oh, here.
Thick. These are
these coasters?
Rope coaster. We'll see if, yeah. I always go this backwards. Okay, I have this glued and I have wool on the back, but then we are going to stitch it so that it stays together. Because normally when you're using these rope things, you're going to do a zigzag, but this is a straight stitch machine, so we aren't doing a zigzag. I used Valdani and I used like a 40 weight to try and see how they worked with this thick. No problem. No problem. And then we're going to try some thin. So I thought I'm going to use this little project in my kitchen.
Can I try this out?
Sure. Yeah. See, works.
Look at that.
Yeah. So I'm going to, I don't know if Kaylee can come in and look at this. Can you? All right, this is a rolled hem. And this is like the first time I've tried this rolled hem foot. So it's not real even and it's not real good. I have to practice. And that's one of the things that we can do. So this is just a single layer of fabric. I'm going to use it like a napkin. So I'm going to have a placemat and a napkin and a coaster.
Let me see.
Yeah. It's ugly. Don't look at the back. But that's what this is all about. We have to practice some things. Straight stitching is easy. Using the walking foot's easy. But they give you some of these extra feet in these packages, and it's nice to be able to use them. The instructions in the little booklet that comes with the foot package is really good. Shows you how to start these things.
So this is like what the serger kind of does, only it's different.
Yeah,
this looks like it would be harder than the serger.
Yeah, the serger is
because it stitches
so easy.
Right,
yeah,
right. Okay.
Yeah, this you have to get into the spiral of the foot, And yeah, it's a little tricky, but
very nice.
We can practice. We can have some fun with these different feet. So that is November 18th, 10 to 4 at the gathering. Call and make arrangements. Like I said, starched charm pack and a little bit of fabric if you want to make a mat. I will have the coasters ready for you to try and stitch through.
I'm sure we'll have stuff for people to buy too, right? Well, they would want to starch it ahead of time. Though.
Yeah.
So you will have a little homework.
Yeah, and you can. I just picked the snowman thing because I don't have any snowman kind things at home. So you can pick Valentine's or spring or 4th of July. I don't care. A starched charm pack. Then, this is making me crazy. All right, I have 3 classes of Quilt classes.
She's a victim of her own success.
Yeah, January, February, March. And then last week, Jess asked if I could do May, July, and August. And I think May, we had to change the date, I think, because it's Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, it's on, this is correct.
Yeah, this one is correct. The one I had last week, we kind of noticed that it was Mother's Day weekend, and Sunday of Mother's Day weekend might not be exactly the time to...
Wasn't that a great time to make a coat?
Well, it might be a good time to make a coat, but for some mothers, no.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right. So I got notice today that I have people starting to sign up for the May, July, and August events. Yay!
How many people are we doing? Did you decide to stick with 9 or
10? 10.
Okay.
Yeah, the girls that were in the first class asked me how many I was going to have in for future classes. They said, "Are you going to have like 30 people do this?" I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, we were kind of wondering where you would have 30 people lay out their quilts."
Even though the gathering is big.
I mean, there wouldn't be enough for 30 people. So yeah, 10 people and 10 quilts laying out, it's more than enough.
One thing I've found, and this kind of brings up your sewing room, Barb, I feel like no matter how much space you have, it's just never enough. The gathering, you look at it, it's an entire structure. It's still never big enough.
Yeah.
It's still totally filled. We don't have enough room. Same thing down in our room. You just never have enough room.
No.
If you build it, they will fill it.
Yes, they will fill it. Okay. Now, I got done with those announcements. Then I have one that has to do with the bowls.
You have a bowl announcement?
I have a bowl announcement because
I thought that was my department.
Angie Estland called and asked for one, and I don't have any information on Angie Estland. So if she's out there listening,
Angie, are you in the chat?
Let me know where you are, and if you still want the bowl, I still have it set aside. So if I don't hear from you soon, it's going to go
to somebody else.
Reach
out.
Yes, Angie Estland. All right. I have one more thing.
You're on a roll. Keep going.
All right. We'll let Kaylee come in and take a look at this if she can. All right.
Isn't that what Tyler just bought?
Yeah, that's what Tyler just bought. This is an embroidery design off of Etsy. All right. And I've talked to people off and on about where they should get their designs. And this isn't bad, but it's not good. All right. There are some areas there where the background stitching isn't covered by the outline stitching. The outline stitching goes over, like the one fanged tooth has outline stitching over the bottom of it. So there's some, parts that aren't the greatest. So I just brought this up. It's a Halloween thing. We're, trying to do some Halloween stuff, and it's okay for, on a costume or something. But sometimes when you get the designs off of Etsy, they aren't digitized really well. And I would caution you to try them on a similar fabric, similar stabilizer that as what you're going to do in the end, because if it's, there may be gaps or there may be things that go over, the edge. So you just want to be aware of that kind of stuff as you're looking at embroidery designs. Now, if you get them off of, more, well, we get some of our quilting designs off of.
It's
but
just you roll the dice.
Yeah.
It's the same with quilting designs.
You have to try them out and make sure that they do what you think they're going to do.
Yeah, in all designs, especially in quilting, not to hijack your embroidery thing, but especially in quilting, when you buy the digitized, it's half of it is liking the design, but most of it is how it's digitized and the people that put that work in that you can't see before you run it. So I usually always try to buy from a few sources that I know are good.
Yeah.
That being said, we have an orange peel that we'll show off that is off of Etsy that is better than the one that I bought. I forget where I bought the one. But even though it looks the same, it's the same orange peel. From the outside, you wouldn't really even be able to tell.
Yeah,
but the way it runs, this one right here runs without going back over itself.
Yeah.
And it's much faster.
Yeah.
So the digitizing, sometimes you fall in love with the picture on the screen, but that's just not how it's going to be in reality. So sometimes you waste a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And like, I think this design was like $3. So it's not a huge investment. And I know that some of the designs we get are
and that's not
5 to
bad.
15,
I mean, it's not bad. It's just some stuff is really not good.
Yeah. So as you're looking through, things on the internet and things on Etsy, just be cognizant of the fact that it's sometimes not as good as what you think it's going to be.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that all you got, Barb?
That and that. Announcements.
Let's go back, and I think we got some comments here.
Okay.
I see. Let's see here. Can we go back up a little bit? I think there was some stuff I had saw. Let's see here.
There's quite a bit of things.
Yeah, because I mean we want it to be interactive, so I don't want to ignore some people's questions here. Yeah, let's see if we miss somebody. We encourage them. We don't want to ignore them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
This one?
Okay. Can you do that thing where you choose your favorite quilt design for customer quilt and why? Can I do that thing where I choose my favorite quilt design for customer quilt and why?
You know how you're like, okay, what would I do on this?
Yeah, this one isn't finished, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good idea because then it allows us to, you get to see the quilt, you get to meet the quilt, the before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can, that's a good idea. I thought that was a good little segment and I can definitely make a note of that.
I have note paper.
Yeah.
Right
that's
here.
a good suggestion.
Yeah.
And for those of you who didn't join in right away, we're looking for some suggestions here on some things. That's a good one. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely we can bring that back. All right. Anything else here? Oh, okay. There we go. That's a good one. I inherited a Bernina and need a lesson. Yeah, we do. We definitely can help you out. No worries there.
Yeah.
A lot of people either inherit things or they buy it from past dealers and they didn't get the class. And we absolutely can help you out. Now, when you buy the machine from us, all that stuff is included. And depending on what you're looking for, I can absolutely, sit you down and just get you started. If you want it to be more elaborate, we can definitely work out a deal and it'll be worth, if it gets you from having that thing be a paperweight to being able to be using it,
that's what we want.
It is definitely worth
that's
it.
What we want. Yeah.
Yep. Reach out. That's definitely something that we do. And then, if you ever decide that you want to buy a machine in the future, we know you'll buy it from us.
Yeah. Because we're good.
That's what we do. We do sell machines. All right. Training on how to use it. Is it available? Should we bring our own tops to train, or do you offer training class, workshop, etc.? So we've had a few classes in the past. Usually we're pretty filled up with people who buy from us because we have that sort of included 2-day class where people stay here. But we can absolutely, with these types of things, it's hard to do it in large groups. So we have to almost individually work out deals because, first of all, you need machines for everybody. And if I'm standing in front of 2 or 3 machines and we got a dozen people, all of which that are a different experience level, it's very hard to tailor that sort of class to a larger group. It almost needs to be individual, or sometimes we'll package people together, especially if they're in the same skill level.
Yeah.
It actually works out better.
Yeah.
You know, if you have someone they're pretty equal, maybe someone's a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
That's very, very valuable. But definitely reach out. We can work out a deal. But it's one of those things where it's not very. I haven't really thought that the bigger classes are that successful versus the.
Yeah, I mean, we did those panel classes a while ago, and what did we have? 6 people in those?
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
So even when we do it,
yeah, and that's about all I would want. I mean, I didn't take the class, but I observed.
And we'll do that again next year once we start scheduling some things. But what Barb was talking about is we did the National Parks panel.
Yeah.
And we had 3 machines, 3 fully Q-matic, Q24s. And it was an all-day class, and there was 2 students per machine, so 6 people. And we were very successful in that each panel took half the day. So there was a 9:30 to noon panel, and then people switched, and they still worked together. But then the other person was able to finish and we were actually done early. I think we were done by like 3.
Oh, yeah.
We had it scheduled by 4, but you never know if you have to overcome some unforeseen obstacles. But it ran really smooth, and everybody ran. So we do things like that, but I prefer one-on-ones and small groups. So reach out, and we can definitely work out something. Okay.
Sue wants to see the walking foot. Do we have one of those?
I don't think we have it up here, do we?
Does your mom have one up
the
here?
The B08? I can see real fast.
His mom might have one up here. I used it on that little mat, and it was real smooth to get on, just like putting another foot on. So, and it was fine. Just chunked right away.
We don't have one up here, but we can bring that up. Yep. What else? Can you read me the ruler bed for my studio frame? Last time I looked, it was out of stock. Can you ship it? Oh yeah, we can figure something out for you. Let's see here. The ruler bed. So you're talking about the extension table?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have one.
I think we do. I think we just
got 3 in, and we owed some people, so we shipped those out. But I think we have one.
Yeah.
It's yours. Give me a call, and I will pull that aside. But yeah, we didn't have those for a little bit, but we have them now, if that's what you're talking about.
I have it noted.
All right. I knew the instructions say sticker thread. This is a Barb question. Do you think that that's thick enough where you do that alternate thread path? I'm assuming she's talking B08.
Okay. It's where with thread. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would think so. What did I put? Oh, I put Valdani in there. I did.
You sewed that way?
I sewed some Valdani on here.
That's a lot thicker than 40 weight.
Yeah, that's 12 weight. And
what I would do is,
I did put through the thick
threading. I would probably assume that you wouldn't have to do that. I don't know if that would qualify as too thick for that. I would experiment with it. If it likes it, it likes it.
Yeah.
But
I did a 40 weight, that brown.
Did you do through the things, or did you do it the other way?
I did it the heavy way.
You did it the heavy way.
I did it the heavy way.
Did you have to play with the tension?
For the 40 weight, no, I didn't.
Okay, so maybe
the 50 weight, I did.
Okay.
So, and now
you just thread it the other way for 50.
Yeah, and it works just fine.
No, honestly, that's what I want. I want your guys' recommendations for a digitizer.
Yeah. So Mary responded to her with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that we sell the what is it? It's on version 9. What is the software? The creative, or the creator and the designer. What is
Designer
it?
Plus.
Yeah.
Creator and
so we have
Designer Plus. Yeah.
We have that. That's a whole rabbit hole that I would love to be able to dedicate the time to go down, but I have not yet had the opportunity to do that.
My sister-in-law does costuming for Irish dancers, competition stuff, and she knows that her embroidery software person uses Bernina software, and she doesn't have a Bernina. She uses, I don't know, Viking. I don't know what my sister-in-law uses. I know it's not a Bernina. And the digitizing in our software, I understand, is really good, but I don't know how to use it either. EQ8. No.
What is that?
Electric quilt. I had the 8, but I haven't used it in like years. And there's 9 now, and there's additions onto it, and there's all kinds of stuff that go with the EQ software, so to speak. So I don't have any suggestions for who to go to. When Fox Valley Tech had their fall quilt thing at Oshkosh, there was a person, I think out of Amro, who knew that software really well, but I don't have her name right now. If I find anything out, I'll post it. Okay. Yeah, EQ8.
Oh, we have a question about starching fabric.
Ooh, that's your.
You should refer them to your mom's videos.
Yeah, my mom is the one that you're going to definitely want to check out her videos that she has on the channel here. But I can give you, I know how she does it because she makes me starch sometimes for her. I've done it in the past, but essentially she has her strips, whatever she cuts out that she's going to be preparing to piece. And essentially we just soak them completely with starch, and she's got a hanger thing that we then let them dry. I mean, you soak them
Like wet.
Yeah, and essentially what that does, and I'm not by any means someone who's a piecer, but I can see that essentially turns this sort of flimsy, sometimes loose material into like construction paper. So if you ever see how people do these tiny piecing, and there's, you know, whether it's half square triangles or whatever, and there's very sharp, perfect points, you're like, how do they do that? When you don't starch, you know, it's all, I mean, you can even like take something and make it all loose, and it's just going to be very hard to be precise.
Yeah, the more you
so
work
that
with
tightens that up, and it literally, it's almost like when they're piecing it, they're not even using fabric. It's literally feels like it's cardboard, like it's like card stock, or you know, so they're able to cut it very precise and then piece it very precise. I think it's a game changer if you're piecing and you don't do that. I really
especially
think so.
Smaller stuff.
Yeah.
Like this was so much easier starched. I wasn't a starcher. Kind of like I didn't want a straight stitch machine. I wasn't a starcher, but now it's like, hey, that really helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's and you should definitely check out the video she has. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people say, well, don't do it to pre-cuts because they shrink differently. And it's true. But what we did with these is we trimmed, after we starched them, we trimmed them. And then it was a set square and went together really easily. So yeah, watch the videos. It's worth it.
Yeah, it will definitely take your skills to the next level. All right, what do we got? You mentioned you like this orange peel design on quilt behind you better than others. Can you tell us where you got it? So Colleen found this one, and it's on Etsy, even though Barb was just bashing it. No, I'm just kidding. But it's called No Fuss Orange Peel. And there's some few things that are a little bit different about it. Yeah. One of it is that instead of being digitized as each row being 2 orange peels high, if you understand what I'm saying, it's a single row of circles, because you can see how this is essentially just overlapping circles is how this is made. This is going to be hard to describe in words where I could show you, but essentially it's digitized as one long strip, and it does not go over itself, and it just makes it, the end product looks so much better than the other version. So Etsy, it's called No Fuss Orange Peel. And actually, I think they were buying some, I saw they asked me for the card just last Friday because they were shopping for some new stuff. But I think they make like a No Fuss diamond peel and some other designs that I really like that I think I'd be willing to give a try. Sometimes with us, we're doing our best to keep up, not always successfully with the quilts that we do have. The last thing we're doing is buying new digital designs and experimenting.
Yeah.
And I like to use those on shop samples and things like that, where we can, not someone's quilt that I'm seeing how something is digitized the first time.
Yeah.
So if I was just a lucky person like some of you out there that get to just do all your stuff, I would probably be looking at some of those, honestly, because what happens is, what happens is when the design has to go back over itself, if anything is off even by a little bit, you can really notice it, and that's why when you see on like an orange peel, it's like every other one, and it's the machine doubles back over itself. And if you lean on the machine at any point, if you lean on that bar and that fabric relaxes just a little bit, you get that double echo thing that it's okay, especially after you wash it, but preferably you wouldn't have that.
Yeah. And if you're doing competition quilts, judges will look at that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So
the digitizing, like I said, it's kind of incredible. You think you look at it, it's like an orange peel. An orange peel is an orange peel. Not really. Not really.
Yeah.
So, okay, what else? Long ago, Bernina entered Embroidery Market. They had the deco models. I have the cards for them. I love my designs. Is there any way to convert? Didn't you help a lady with something very similar? What did you find? Yeah.
Gail.
What did you find?
No dice.
No.
I have no idea how to get stuff off of those cards. I you know what I should do is I should call the tech support.
I'm sure that there's a way. I gotta believe that.
Yeah.
Because everything can be converted. It's just I wonder. Yeah, that's something that we can look into. All right, what do we have? Any more? I got some cool stuff to show. See, this is what I like. The chat is just way more interactive. I love this.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. It's hard to come up with stuff just on our own here. So
every week.
Yeah. So did you want to talk about that real quick about what we wanted to do?
Yeah. Okay. Kaylee asked me if I could give her like a month at a time what we were going to talk about so that we could get some things prepared and maybe some things photographed or videoed ahead of time. And Luke and I talked on Saturday somewhat in the same vein. And what we want to do is I want everybody who's on right now and the people who watch this afterwards, like we have 75 to 100 people on with us live. And then like by Friday afternoon, we have like 800 to 1,000 people who have watched this. And I want those other 700 some people to help us out too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till Friday and I'm going to look at comments and I want people to suggest what they want to learn, what they want to know, what things are difficult for them, what maintenance issues they've had, how they solve the problem. A lot of us have really good ideas of small things that have made our lives better. Things like that. We would like to hear about them and we can talk about them. We can get some videos done. We want to serve you. And that's, what we're here for. We want to help you be a better sewist, a better quilter, a better embroiderer, and we need your suggestions. So
yeah, if you have suggestions, but I think, talking to Barb this Saturday, it's like we want to produce value for people. And as much as we like doing some announcements and stuff, I mean, that's really only helpful if you're tuning in like right now or within the next, for the things that are going on either the next few weeks or next couple months. But, we want to do some more educational things. So if there's, how about long arm videos? So we did a couple. We did a digitizing one. We did a quilt loading one, things like that. So that's kind of an example of what we're talking about, where there's value to the videos after we talk about the Bernina deal of the month and all that stuff. We want to have,
which is the 10C foot.
Yeah. So we want to have more things like that. So if you have any ideas on how we could make these segments, and then we could we could have them on the lives, and then maybe we could clip the segments that are more valuable for replay, and that way people can tune in for those. So
look at them at their leisure. Don't sit down, Jake. Come on back over here.
Yeah. So type away. Let us know
Yeah.
what you want to see. If there's any, if there's a bunch of people that have a couple things in common, we can see if we can make a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Embroidery 101. Everybody in that class said, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to get it. I don't know where to get a design. I don't know how to get a design to my machine. Things like that we can do video clips of that can be I can't even say the word anymore. Put out in available for use after. Yeah. Cataloged. Ha! Yeah.
Oh. All right. It must be time to start bringing this to a close here.
Hey, Mr. Jake's sitting over there. Let him.
All right, let's see what
and you got some hot deals over there.
Yes, we do have something super duper cool I wanted to show. So we are always talking about very, very expensive things.
Yeah.
So anytime there's an opportunity to show something that is not going to break the bank, we want to take that opportunity. So we had a lady who just bought a brand new L890 serger.
Yes.
And she traded in this little gem right here.
Oh,
which
nice.
Is super well taken care of.
Yes, she's garment person.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a Virtuoso 150, 160. Which one is it? 150, 160. So this would be a very, very simple machine that I talked to Jake and he said 700, but I'm going to go 600. How's that sound? So we will let this go for $600. This thing is just immaculate. The lady took really great care of it here. And included in here, she has a bunch of accessories in the cover in the case. So we have what does she got here? Some software here, just a bunch of extras. The manual here is just in pristine condition, as if it wasn't as old. Do you know how old this one is, Jake? It's got to be 20 years. So if you know somebody, you want a little classroom machine, or somebody who you want to introduce to sewing, but you want to get them a Bernina, something nice, something that will last them hopefully a very long time. This one is a real simple machine, and this would be a great gift or travel machine or what have you.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming, yeah.
It's like less than 2 months, almost 2 months.
Yeah, so this is just, like I said, anytime we have an opportunity to offer something like this that's a little bit, that won't break the bank, we want to let this give you guys who watch the Stitch Brothers first crack at it. So give me a call, let me know. Obviously, local people, it's nicer because you can pick it up. We don't have a box for it, so we'd have to figure out a way if we needed to ship it, so we can talk about that. But yeah, this thing right here would be a real gem for somebody. So we wanted to show that. All right. What else do we got?
We still have the Cafe that we talked about last week.
Yep. We still have the Cafe, and we also have another 770 that's a regular, just a 770 QE Plus that we have. We have a lot of really great trade-ins right now. So let's see here. I saw... Let's see.
I'm taking a screenshot of the ideas.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So you know.
Yeah, Kaylee's going to save these ideas so we don't get to see all of them. We can have them.
Yeah.
Some basic maintenance. That would be nice. I love the Q24, but what other options are there for long arm quilting? Nothing.
Well, there are some options sitting downstairs.
You can send it to me, and I'll do it on. No, there are some options. Well, the 990. No.
Yeah,
so for
the
long arm
990.
quilting, there's a lot of good brands. Honestly, what you want to do is if you're not local here, is you want to find somebody that's going to support the machine and hopefully train you how to use it. We actually have, if you're looking for a really good deal, I should say this, we probably don't say this enough, but we take a lot of long arm quilting machines on trade because people are trading in for the Q24 and Q20. So if you're ever looking for a deal, and honestly, we give a lot of these things away darn near. I mean, we really do. I don't want them back there. We have like an entire graveyard of machines that don't even have any stitches on them because the people who had them were never trained to use it, so they never used it.
Yeah.
So we had, you know, Infinities and Amaras and Fusions, and we have Tiaras and the Martelli Primabella. We have what is that one? We have the American-made one. Prodigy. We have a Prodigy. Seriously, if you or anybody, like, it's like bring a trailer and cash, okay?
Really?
And God only knows what you'll be able to leave with, okay? We don't have enough room to store all these, and we have a bunch of them, and a lot of them are in beautiful shape. Honestly, beautiful shape. And we don't. I don't take trade-ins unless we see them run. So all of these things work. And we can help you out. So if the Q24 is not in the cards, we have anything from, $2,000 on all the way on up, or $10,000, all sorts of different price points for robotic quilting machines. So if you like the Handy Quilter and you want a Pro Stitcher, we have 2 of them.
Yeah.
And we just don't take enough time to sell any of those because usually when people come in and they're looking at robotic quilting, we usually sell them a Q24. So let us know if you're looking for any of those. Alrighty, quilt time.
Quilt time. I think Mr. Jake's sitting over there. He can help you hold up that one because it's
quilt
big.
Time. Let's start with this guy though.
Oh yeah, the little one.
All right. So we finished last week.
Last week we had
Lisa and Troy.
Yep. And this was on the frame.
This is on the frame. We didn't get it done before 11 o'clock, but this is what we did. And it turned out amazing.
It's sweet. It's really sweet.
So this is the type of stuff you get to do.
It's a crosshatch,
Yep.
which is not as easy as it looks. And they did a super job.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is a wool applique, and we use the invisible thread. So, you can even see the camera doesn't even pick up the thread. So it just works so nice when you are, going over wool applique. If you're not going to custom quilt, again, that's a topic we've talked about. Some people, when they see this, they clutch their pearls because they think that every wool applique quilt needs to be custom quilted. And fair enough, that's a great solution. But for some people, they don't have the time, the money, or the desire. So you can run Aurifil clear, and it works out great. And let's show you the back here. So they got this piece stripe here, and you can see how nice this looks. And you can't tell where any of that wool applique was stitched over from the other side. So functionally, the tension is perfect. It's doing its job. It's going to hold this together for a very, very, very long time. Okay. All right. What do we got here, Jake? Let's stand up here. Okay. Oh, yes. Nice.
Yeah.
This is sweet.
This is sweet.
Look at this. Look at that.
Is that Garden Gathering fabric?
Yeah, this is Flower Garden Gathering.
Okay.
Some of it, at least.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
So we did that Tula sample with the same pattern. It's called Slot. And it looks really, really nice. It's kind of a very similar to a modern meander sort of texture. And it's just really beautiful. You can see it in the border really well. So this is Aurifil cotton. Front and back, 50 weight. And this just turns out really, really beautiful. And I think that's going to be one that we're going to run for a long time. It really does look very nice. The back she's got is really cool. There you go, Jake. Switch. So the back is this. It's like a panel, but it doesn't look like a panel. Whose is this? Whose is this? No, I mean the fabric. This panel is awesome. Great choice for the back, so it makes it look pieced. Okay, so that's the second one. And the last one we already showed you guys, which is right here. But let's see if we can get some camera time here. So this is called Revel. Nancy Elliott sent us this one. And she wanted a small orange peel. And I think she's going to just be delighted with this.
Yeah, it's.
This is invisible. So you can see, you know, I mean, I don't know what we would have chose here if we didn't have that option. I guess you could go with the gray background, but then when you stitch over some of these shirtings, these white, really white fabric, I don't know how that would look. So
yeah.
I really think that this is a great tool to have. You don't have to do every quilt, you know, in invisible, but I love the way it looks. I'm glad that our machines run it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Again, that's No Fuss Orange Peel, which is our new favorite orange peel. Invisible thread. 50 weight cotton Orfill in the back.
In the bobbin.
I think that concludes everything. I don't know if we have any comments here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. It does. I think that it does look really great. Yeah. So orange peel on whole cloth quilting. So whole cloth quilting is something that I've tried. We've done this in the past. I think that is something really cool that I would like to do. I mean, whether it's orange peel or a feather, I found myself in Bed Bath and Beyond a few years ago. You remember this story?
Yeah.
And I was looking at these comforters, and I'm like, $300, and like the big like marketing thing was, oh, it's cotton. Okay, sweet. Like I could do, and I'm like, why am I buying this?
Yeah.
Why don't I make something? So we made a flannel, double cotton batting, all sorts of amazing stuff. And that, what was it? The abundant feather.
Yes.
On a white flannel background. You want to sit down, Jake? Say hi to people before we sign off.
Yeah.
Hi. So
Hi.
Hi.
Talking to the microphone.
Hi.
All right. Do we have any more comments here? What do we got, Kaylee? Anything? We're good to go? Yeah, so again, one last time, if you have some things you want to see, some segments you want to see, leave a comment, and we will see if we can incorporate some of that stuff in to the show. We have winners. One for Jake. One for me.
Sharon Bunnell.
Yes, Sharon Bunnell.
Congratulations. I have Sue Donnelly.
Yay. And I have C. Zaliki.
Zelinsky.
Zaliki. Yeah.
You win.
Yeah. Usually people who have names like this know.
Yeah, they know who you're talking
they
about.
know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Contact Heidi at primitivegatherings.us and we will find some prizes for you. All right.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to this week's show. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Leave the comments, give us the ideas. And are you going to do the sign off?
He's here. He can do it.
Clean and oil your Bernina.